Goodbye YouTube, hopefully you guys are having a good day today, and yeah, as the title suggests, this is actually a 3rd gen battle, which is weird because I never thought I would be uploading 3rd gen, but I actually really found 3rd gen to be fun. Actually, having this battle was the most fun I've had battling in a while. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like 5th gen and all that, but having this battle was just, it was awesome because of the surprise factor. But yeah, anyways, if you guys would like to see more 3rd gen battles, please leave a comment saying yes or no, and if more people say yes, then I will continue to upload 3rd gen. If more people say no, then I won't continue to upload 3rd gen. But yeah, it comes down to what you guys would like me to upload, yes or no. Leave a comment down below because I like to take all of your guys' opinion into consideration of what I upload to my channel. But anyways, his battle's against my good buddy HydreigonMaster. Obviously, I don't know what is on his team, which is why I'm actually showing my team. I will also leave a channel. I will also leave a link to A-Star the Third, who uploads just 3rd gen battles. So if you guys enjoy this battle and you want to go check out his content, make sure to do that. Also make sure to go check out my good friend Cody. But yeah, anyways, the battle started. So we actually both have Quillfish, which I found to be hilarious just because Quillfish, I believe, is the only decent or viable use spiker that can be used in UU, just because it does have good bulk. But yeah, the first 3 turns of this battle is just basically each one of us trying to get up all of our hazards. But what I'm hoping that he doesn't have on his team is a spin blocker, because as you saw, I actually do have a him on top of my team. So this turn, because his Quillfish can't do anything to mine and my Quillfish can't do anything to his, I am going to predict him to switch out. Knowing that he's not going to bring in a ground type on a water type, I can freely Thunder Wave whatever he brings in, as he actually ends up bringing in the Aggron, not knowing what he wants to do. I don't want to take a possible Earthquake, so what I'm going to do is actually switch into my mixed tankish Hitmontop. I mean, I have like 144 defensive E's with the Bold Nature, max HP, and the rest in attack, so that I call him more of a tank. But anyways, he ends up going for the sub, which means he's going to go for the Focus Punch. Luckily, I don't miss the high jump kick, and unfortunately for him, he actually ends up getting paralyzed, which that paralysis really plays a role later on in the battle, and I'll get more into that later. So this turn, knowing that the high jump kick is very obvious, what I'm going to do is actually go for the Rapid Spin, predicting him to switch out, but he has the damn Mischievous. No! Oh my lord. I think there's only like 2 ghost types in UU for 3rd gen, which is like Mischievous and Bayonet, and he freaking has one, which is was really frustrating, because now those hazards are really going to start racking up on my team, and I have to be careful on how I want to switch out. So he does go for the Parasong, and he makes a very good play and actually predicts me to switch out, not wanting to get mean looked, and goes for another Parasong, forcing out whatever I decide to bring in a couple of turns. As I do bring in the Sharpedo, what I'm going to do is just go straight for the Stab, super effective Crunch, which for those of you who are wondering, Dark is special in 3rd gen. Actually, I'll leave a little thing down at the bottom which will show you what moves are special and what moves are physical in 3rd gen. That way you guys don't get confused and you can just look back at that whenever I do go for a move. So yeah, he brings in Charpius, and I'm easily able to get rid of that with the Ice Beam, as this unit is going to bring in the Sneasel. I have no idea what he wants to do, and I don't want to possibly risk losing my Sharpedo, because I do have a Salac Berry on it with Endure, so I can hopefully keep that for later on in the battle for sweeping potentials. So what I'm going to do is actually bring in my Hitmontop, because I do have the Intimidate, as he actually ends up going for the Sword Stance, which means instead of being at +2, he is only at +1, which is great, because now I am pretty positive I will be able to take any one hit from him. But I was really scared about the fact that he could bring in Mischievous, so what I decided to do was just make the very obvious play, go for the high jump kick, and if he had brought in Mischievous, that really would have been a very bad thing, because at the amount of HP that I'm at, after taking the recoil from the high jump kick miss, I would have been brought down to a point where Spikes would have been able to finish me off, which means I would have lost my Rapid Spinner. Luckily, that doesn't happen, and I'm going to be able to save my Hitmontop for later on in the battle. And here, I cut out the scene where I went to go check what Pokemon I wanted to bring in, just because I spent about a good 2 minutes deciding what to bring in, and in the end, I decided just to bring in my Clefable. Unfortunately for me, he actually ends up going for the trick, which really just cripples my Clefable, and if you're wondering how you pronounce the name, it's called Amorous. I really don't know why I called it after my friend Amorous. But yeah, I decided just to lock myself into the Seismic Toss. Unfortunately for me, he actually ends up bringing in the Mischievous. And again, I take about a good 2 minutes deciding what I want to bring in. And I just decided to bring in my Quillfish, knowing that it is the most expandable thing on my team, because so far I have not seen a Rapid Spinner on his team. So that means my hazards are going to be here to stay. And if he does want to Paris Trap me, it really isn't that big of a deal, because as I said, Quillfish has done his job. I've got the spikes up, and at this point it's the most expandable thing on my team. Unfortunately for me, he actually ends up bringing the Aggron, which is completely risky because Quillfish could possibly carry Surf, but then again, I should have just gone for it early on if I did carry it, so I guess it wasn't all that bad of a bad play. But he makes a good play and goes for the Focus Punch, unprotected Focus Punch above that, and I'm going to bring in my him on top. And this is where him getting paralyzed earlier mattered, just because I would have died off to the Answer Hazard switch in, which means I don't think I would have been able to get the Intimidate off, but then again, I do have Sharpedo and Magnetric, which can both outspeed the Aggron, so it's not that big of a deal. So I decided just to go for the Rapid Spin on the off chance that maybe he didn't want to do anything else and possibly leaving Aggron just to try to finish me off, seeing as he high jump kick and him switching into Mischievous was really obvious. Unfortunately, he does make the safe and obvious play. Brings in Mischievous, as this turn is going to bring in Quillfish, as I do go for the Hidden Power Ghost. And on the off chance that maybe I could possibly live or outspeed this Quillfish, I decided just to go for the Rapid Spin. Unfortunately, that isn't the case, which means his hazards are here to stay, and that is way too much damage. Oh my lord, spikes are just fucking amazing in 3rd gen. Anyways, I'm going to bring in Magnetric, just go for the sub as he actually ends up going for the Destiny Bond. Unfortunately, because the effects of Destiny Bond are still intact at this moment, I'm actually going to go for another sub. That way the following turn, I will be able to outspeed him and just finish him off with the Thunderbolt. On hindsight, maybe I should have gone for another sub because I do have the Salak Berry, which boosts my speed. Or is it Bataya Berry that boosts my special attack? I don't know. I have one of the two berries. I just know what I should have done was just gone for this sub. But hey, this is my first 3rd gen battle, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Anyways, he's going to bring in the Aggron just basically as death fodder because really Aggron can't do much to the remainder of my team. And I'm going to be able to finish it off as this chain is going to bring in his Mr.Mime, which to my surprise, this Crunch being special and me being a modest nature, I believe as well, is not going to be able to finish off the Mr.Mime. But he, in return, is going to be able to finish me off with a Psychic. But hey, it's fine because now I can switch into this giant-ass threat. This Choice Banded Nidoking. And oh my lord, I just love this thing. Also, the quality here changes a little because I had to speed it up in Camtasia. Just because Vegas wouldn't speed it up anymore. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this narration. Sorry it was a bit bad, but this was my first time ever narrating a 3rd gen battle. And if you guys do want to see some more 3rd gen battles, I promise you I will better my narration for the future battles. But yeah guys, with that, if you enjoyed the battle, please make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to see more content. And with that guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure to go check out HydreigonMaster and A-Star the Third. And I am out of here. Later.